Ghana man penyin Nana Addo Akufo-Addo ti aso abobofo mu wo Sekondi Takoradi a owo atoi manto na ozi ugwe biafofo bi a wo fan Sekondi Takoradi solid and liquid waste treatment facility wo bia wo fan ASSAKAE owo Afia Community Municipal Assembly ni mu na ni dwumezi mu no orche de mfi anade wura ye wo oman Ghana no han ozi bafa dam bia yi mu na mutum waza fa example waza yanzama afofra ni fa no recycling. No, as I saw you before Kuda 19th August 2020, it was crew out with an ASSAKAE this one, no do. Now, the Madrona, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, Ubo Queen, now the Asabo before me, and it for our be today, a Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, my Mrs. Yadapan, and the Western Regional Minister, Honorable Kochita, in for our P, Ubo Queen, or NPC Assembly members, the Madrona also. Na ahanta asasebe ohin pon a owodo otumfo edubonso otodo dwenu ni na hemfo kakrama ahro ni abahembafo obopoemu obo na dimeze no asenu za osi wobo na ISGH television ekotwe mu obo a yebo na tofa na yezi egu fonin duda yezi na duda wonni bi na wo hwe wo dimeze na za osi nara na yaba tofa kodo azane be ISGH television.
It's my singular honor to welcome you, Your Excellency, Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, and the entire presidential convoy to ASSAKAE community. In Ahanta, we say, Yamawakwa, Yalawasasun. Today is a special day for the people of the great EKMA. Not only does it project the name of ASSAKAE on the Ghana map, but it is also our pleasure to have all of you here to witness a testimony of His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo's vision of a Ghana beyond aid, which the President defines as a prosperous and self-confident Ghana that is in charge of her economic destiny. A transformed Ghana that is prosperous enough to be beyond needing aid, and that engages competitively with the rest of the world through trade and investment. Your Excellency, there cannot be any other better economic vision statement than Ghana beyond aid. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, available data from the most recent and comprehensive household survey in Ghana, the Ghana Living Standard Survey Round 7, from the Ghana Statistical Service states, and I quote as follows: regarding disposal of waste, 47.8% households in Ghana dispose of their refuse on public refuse dumps, that is the boiler. 19.5% dispose by burning. 10% dispose dump waste indiscriminately, and 21.9% have it collected by refuse collecting companies. The data further reveals that 75% of households in Western region dispose household waste through public dump or boiler. This is something we cannot be proud of. Ladies and gentlemen, this statistics from Ghana Statistics Service means that about 78.1% of the solid waste we produce remain with us in our environment. This has resulted in littering, heaping of waste, and overflowing of scapes with waste in the metropolis, most especially in the low-class residential and the peri-urban areas. The proliferation of polythene bags for packaging has seriously aggravated the situation in the country. In the developed countries, such as Sweden, solid waste is used as fuel for incinerators to produce heat and electricity to power their homes and industry. They even import treated waste for such energy-producing facilities. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, certainly, this project is a project that will be the game changer in the management of our solid waste in our environment. We thank the President and the consortium of private sector companies for making this project come to life. On our part as Nanano, we fully support this project, and we want to reassure the President that we will support the full implementation of the project to its final phase. Our commitment is demonstrated in the role that we played in making land available for the project. Mr. President, the Chief of ASSAKAE, Nana Asante-Kotto, pledges to make additional land available for the construction of Technical and Vocational Training Institute, that is the TVET, to produce the manpower to work in such facilities and meet the technical needs of the municipal and its environs. We commit to ensure that we will collaborate with the EPA to ensure that the environmental and social management plans developed as part of project preparation are strictly implemented to mitigate the adverse impact of the project construction activities on society. Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, we are all witness to the great works of His Excellency the President through the public policies of the government headed by the President. A great relief has been brought to the good people of Ghana. We continue to witness tremendous development of the country. Your Excellency, your policies are pro-poor and transformational. These are policies that transforms the society through the individual. The Free SHS policy is one policy that will continue to live in the history as one of the transformational policies taken by a bold and decisive president. Mr. President, we thank you for such boldness to move this country forward. From where we sit as Nanano, the kind of burden we used to have with paying of school fees and its related burdens, the current and future generations will remember you for this. These are direct social interventions that reduce the economic burden and hardship on households. It has not only reduced pressure from households, but community leaders are also benefiting because the members of the communities will not come and demand money for personal needs. I can continue to list many more of your transformational policies, but time will not permit us to list all of them, Your Excellency. We want to especially commend you for your exceptional leadership during the height of the COVID-19 pandemics that affected several countries in difficult times as this. Your exceptional leadership is what the people needed to move ahead. Mr. President, the COVID-19 public measures you and the government put in place, safety protocol enforcement, reduction in electricity and water bills, food distribution, etc., were a difficult decision considering its fiscal impact on the budget outturns. However, as you placed more emphasis on the protecting human lives, you did what you had to do to contain the spread of the deadly virus. It's not over yet, but we can confidently say that measures were very effective. Your Excellency, your visionary policy through planting for food and jobs has helped the country to prevent a looming danger of hunger that the UN Food and Agriculture Organization has forecasted in several African countries. The COVID pandemic came just at the beginning of the planting season. However, to the impact of planting for food and jobs, there is a buffer of food from previous harvests that the nation continues to rely on. Your Excellency, it's our hope that the people of the great EKMA will consider this visionary transformational policies project to reward you and the government during December 2020 elections. Our elders left us with the wise saying that Obia offered Yapano and our piano. It's not surprising that your slogan for election 2020 is 4 more years to do more. Your Excellency, despite the great national policies that the government has embarked on, the chiefs and people of the great EKMA, like the good old Oliver Twist, would like to take this rare opportunity of your presence to make our concerns known to you. We know you are a listening president, and you have demonstrated this virtue through several acts where you have listened to concerns and addressed them. Mr. President, we thank you for creating EKMA Municipal for us. This is a way of bringing development closer to the people, according to UNDP fact sheets. One of the key indicators of human development is access to quality health care. The Great EKMA Municipal is currently using the Kwesimintim Polyclinic as a municipal hospital. However, this is a clinic that was built to provide health needs to a small community. At the time, the clinic needs to be upgraded to a status of a municipal assembly with the necessary units. The hospital currently lacks children's wards, no mortuary, no accident and emergency wards, among other critical units. The Kwesimintim storm drains, the Akufo-Addo Chip Compound Clinic, and the inner roads, and Akufo-Addo 12 classroom unit block with a toilet facility. In Patado, Adentem Community Basic School. Mr. President, in Ghana, when we hear of overseas areas, we often think of Afram Plains. But right here at EKMA, there are communities divided apart, not accessible due to absence of bridges to connect them. The needs of overseas areas in EKMA are construction of bridge on the Eyire River to link ASSAKAE and Adentem, to enable student access education and its environs. Construction of bridge on the Hwin River to enable trade activities from Kwekutia Krom to Mantu, Pritia, and other adjoining sister communities to also have access. Construction of Efia Inner Town Roads and to Mantu Basic School with modern facilities. Your Excellency, we know this project that should be taken care of at the local level. But as a listening president, we believe you will give clear instruction to the Ministry of Local Government to ensure the completion of this project before the end of November 2020. These are the critical developmental projects that will motivate the people of the Great EKMA to give you 4 more years to do more. Mr. President, apart from Bema Camp, Akufo-Addo is the only community in Ghana that has released lands to government of Ghana to establish 2 military barracks. We have the Air Force and the 2BN Army barracks. However, since our grandfathers released these lands to the government to protect the airspace and the land territories of Ghana, successive governments have not paid the compensation for both lands. This has often created tension between the families and the military units for land encroachment, among many others. Mr. President, we kindly request your intervention to instruct the Military High Command and the Ministry of Finance to pay the affected families the due compensation for the lands. We have lived peacefully with the military for over 5 decades, despite occasional tension over land disputes. It would be unfortunate for our community to be at conflict with the military. Your Excellency, before I resume my seat, let me once again thank you for this historic visit to cut the sword for the construction of solid liquid waste treatment facility here at ASSAKAE. It's our prayer that we shall meet again very soon to inaugurate the commencement of the facility upon completion. I believe our concerns will meet your attention. We will hand over a copy of the speech to your ADC to personally hand them over to you. Thank you all. God bless Ghana. God bless you, Mr. President.
I thank the God Lord Almighty for a wonderful day like this, and for this sword cutting ceremony, which signifies yet another achievement in the areas of environment sanitation. On behalf of management of just one group of companies, including Zoom Lion, and on my personal behalf, I wish to express my profound gratitude to His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic, for his visionary leadership and personal support. On the 10th November 2017, His Excellency Nana Addo visited Accra Compost and Recycling Plant. And I always recollect the statement and the promises that he made to the company as supporting the private sector. And to date, all of them have been fulfilled. Your Excellency, thank you very much. He made a statement that my government will support Zoom Lion. Your Excellency, that word motivated us. And so what we did was to get in touch of moving more and doing more. And that led us to Hungary and to Austria. The Minister of Sanitation and Water Resources, Madame Cecilia Dapa, joined us and facilitated this edifice that we are going to have a sword curtain. We received 30 million euros from Hungary and about more than 40 million euros from Austria. I humbly want to thank Madame Cecilia Dapa for her leadership and also holding to the President's vision of making Ghana a clean country. Your Excellency, I humbly also want to thank you for your support in the Ghana Beyond Aid, because your support to the private sector is what we are seeing now. We want to thank the Ambassador of Hungary, Excellency Andras Sabo, for his continuous support. Our partners, Comtech and Pereco, for supporting us to have this plant in ASSAKAE. We also want to thank the chiefs, Otumfuo, and then also all the other chiefs, especially Nana Santikwajo II. Nana no yeba ha yeba sra musa ye pa asase na ye the plant yes ya pampupu oti ogira mu na we the plant yi e de mai ya kasa nyame nhira won na ye da wase pe. I humbly want to thank the regional minister, the municipal chief executive, the regional minister of Takoradi, Dr. Kwabena Ochredako, and then also the municipal chief executive of UK, that's a fair meeting, that's Honorable Kwadwo Akwa, and the Member of Parliament, Honorable Joseph Mensah, for all their support in achieving this. Mr. President, this project sits on 200-acre land and is going to treat 400 tons of solid waste, 1,000 cubic meters of wastewater. And so it's going to serve a population of 2 million. It will have a staff quarters, a training and research center. It will employ 250 staff to work here. It has a 7.5 kilometer from the end of when you come from ASSAKAE, and we are constructing a road of 7.5 kilometers this side. It is also going to have 1,500 indirect jobs. The construction, Mr. President, begins today. And by end of December, the first plant of the solid waste is going to be completed. And I believe you will accompany us here to commission it. Your Excellency, the contractors are all Ghanaians, as it attests to a Ghana Beyond Aid. And we want to thank you for such vision and support for the private sector. Your Excellency, to quote Idowu Koyinkan, a statement or a quote that I like most, he says, "Show me the heroes that the youth of your country look up to, and I will tell you the future of your country." This saying does not only support the Ghana Beyond Aid agenda, but shows or acknowledges The President's hard work, enthusiasm, motivation, and dedication in enabling the private sector in Ghana to forge ahead. I'm a businessman and entrepreneur. And we businessmen, when we have an environment that gets like this, what we have to do is to do more. And so, Your Excellency, we promise to do more. We have received about 9 machines, 9 plants that we can set up in all the 16 regions of the country. Ghana can attest through the manifestation of your good work. And in this, there's a good leader for this nation and an eminent one like Nana Akufo-Addo, the President of the Republic of Ghana. Ghana look up to you. The youth look up to you. Businessmen look up to you. And we say that whatever that you have in mind, the good Lord will grant you all the blessings to achieve this. May the good Lord bless all of you here, and may He make our nation great and strong.
Today marks yet another milestone in public-private sector collaboration in the provision of sanitation infrastructure by the JOSPON Group and partners. Mr. President, I'm happy to note that I witnessed the signing of the facility for this project. You had sent me to represent the country in Hungary, Budapest, and that happened to be the occasion on which the signing ceremony took place. So we are all very, very enthused that the beginning of the project starts today. The integrated recycling and compost plants and the wastewater treatment plants are strategically placed to facilitate the attainment of the objective of government to ensure the provision of clean environmental sanitation. This is to manage and protect our ecosystem. It is heartwarming to note, Mr. President, that the ARICO seeks to deploy the latest technologies in sanitation management. These technologies are to ensure the efficient and effective partnership with government in the management of solid and liquid waste on a sustainable basis in the country, especially in our major towns and cities. It is therefore envisaged that this project will help improve and sustain the gains made by our government in the water sanitation and hygiene, known as the wash sector. Mr. President, I want to place on record the very fruitful working relationship that the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources has enjoyed in the past 3.5 years with the Environmental Service Providers Association, known as ASSAKAE, led by Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, a subsidiary of JOSPON Group of companies. In the last 6 months, as part of measures to fight the COVID-19 pandemic, we have received massive support from the security services and the expert group for cleaning and cleansing of public places, markets, and lorry parks. I'm also happy to announce, Mr. President, that the JOSPON Group of companies has provided pickups to the ministry to facilitate effective environmental sanitation and monitoring. All these pickups have been handed over to our security agencies to help in the monitoring. Mr. President, Nananom, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I want to end my address by thanking you for your presence and assure you that the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources will continue to pursue water and sanitation policies and programs. And all these will endure to the benefit of the good people of this country. Mr. President, I also want to place on record that I have collaborated with my colleague, the Roads and Highways Minister, to make sure that all sites that are served will be provided with the necessary road network to make going there easy for the trucks and the people that work in these catchment areas. It's also helped us to eliminate these nation wreckers who throw rubbish or waste around indiscriminately. So I wish, on behalf of the ministry, to say that we are ever ready to collaborate with the private sector, especially what we are seeing today. And our doors are open 24/7 to provide the needed support for this project to be a success. God help us all.
Member of the Council of State, Minister for Sanitation and Water Resources, Minister for Roads and Highways, Deputy Minister for Trade and Industry, Member of Parliament for Kwesi-Minsem Constituency, Metropolitan Chief Executive for Kwesi-Minsem Municipal Assembly, Chief Executive of Jospon Group of Companies, Utumfo Bedu Bonsu, the 15th, Ahantahene, Nananom, Reverend clergy, imams, fellow Ghanaians, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very happy to be here this afternoon to cut the sword for the commencement of construction of an integrated recycling and compost plant and wastewater treatment plant being established by the Jospon Group and its partners in collaboration with government. It is good to see government partnering an important Ghanaian enterprise like Jospon to provide such critical infrastructure. Public-private infrastructure provision will be increasingly a prominent feature of infrastructural delivery by government. Nana, I thank you very much for your very kind words about the performance of my government and your expression of good wishes for me and my party in December. It's good to see Ahantahene behind 4 more for Nana. Thank you. As all of you know, issues of sanitation are very important to my government. That is why, upon assumption of office in January 2017, I established the Ministry of Sanitation and Water Resources to coordinate activities in the water, sanitation, and hygiene wash sector. Today, ASSAKAE and indeed the Western region is on the verge of benefiting from a state-of-the-art integrated recycling and compost plant and wastewater treatment plant, which is estimated to cost some 60 million euros, an investment which will be the biggest in this municipality. I thank the Hungarian Exim Bank and the Hungarian government for their act of solidarity in assisting with the provision of funds for this project. It is testimony to the good relations of friendship and cooperation that exist between our two countries. Long may that continue. It is expected that the plant will receive, sort and process 400 tons of solid waste and treat some 100,000 cubic meters of wastewater, which will in turn serve up to 2 million people in the municipality and the Western region. Ministers, Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, the construction of this plant is in line with government's policy to create the enabling environment for the private sector to partner government to bridge the infrastructure gap in sanitation. Benefits to be accrued from this project include the effective and efficient management of municipal solid waste, the production of organic compost for horticultural and agronomical purposes, reduce the high rate of plastic pollution, and the processing of recyclable fractions of the total waste, such as paper, plastic, and metal for reuse. Equally more important will be the provision of jobs for the youth of this community and its environs. ASSAKAE can expect that this plant will bring in its accompanying benefits such as good roads, potable water, and the extension of electricity, which will help improve the local economy. As co-chair of the eminent group of advocates for the 2030 UN Sustainable Development Goals, this intervention will help us meet the goals on clean water and sanitation, SDG 6, good health and well-being, SDG 3, decent work and economic growth, SDG 8, sustainable cities and communities, SDG 11, and climate action, SDG 13. To Jospon Group and its partners, and indeed to all other companies interested in venturing into this field, the expectation is that the establishment of such facilities, like the one to be set up here, are replicated in other parts of the country to facilitate the management of environmental sanitation across the country. And I'm glad to hear the Chief Executive Officer of Jospon tell us that they are ready to do so. Let me use this occasion formally on behalf of government and on my own behalf to thank the Jospon Group of companies for their invaluable contribution to our fight against the COVID pandemic. It has been a patriotic call to duty, which Jospon has admirably answered. Ladies and gentlemen, I urge all stakeholders to see to the timely completion of these projects and to ensure that construction is carried out pursuant to required standards and specifications and according to budget. I'm glad that the traditional authority have pledged their full support for the success of this development. And I want to assure Tufo Benimbusu that I will look into the matter of compensation for the military lands and see to it that the right thing is done. And I'm in country, me and Hunter, I'm in country. They say, it's asking out the mind soldier for no. Me doing crime, me soldier from penny for the better chance. Nyashe, baby, no crano that was saying me who. That the SCA war no. Ya ye, Emma Hoto, Nitiase, Aye Juma Mayeno, in the master. May God bless ASSAKAE and us all, and may God bless our homeland Ghana and make us great and strong. I thank you for your attention.
Yeah, me MC, you know. Me imagine say, you better pass ha in Puntu Kase Ababa, Enkankara, ASSAKAE, window, and Patadoni Adiente. Because the area now fena a develop. 80 minutes, imagine say, project Bia, a Sumubiano, and the area. Name the Yamias say, just for the government of Ghana. 8 minutes are recycling plant at the Abba. The men who are a Yemeni Jake say, and a frank of her, one son, about a son, me by MC, no, not ball and dorsal. Enemy 2 ball and Nina, but still I am a person ever. And as I say, recycling plant here, baby, as some in our Sabra. But I am say, some vision, I can pay me crap at the municipality, no, Yamada Roma. A Tumpo says, yes, I make a say, your world bank project, a brand Ghana secondary city support project. I have 5 years. Make us a CIA. 4 contractors are on site. A be a rose, a be a dress, a be a converser. I didn't put your Gassé and a flood and can share you in a bed giant. It's a na me de sama bre so na sa project kakraka sei aba ASSAKAE bon pa se yango bon se mama sa enkugo bi akra mba ya se djuma pass no a se di djuma pass yetimi wie e san se ye ne ne wonya nsane atwene bi a ye so dai wo sa djuma ye ho anyame nti na nadu dan kwa Akufo-Addo obasan wini 2020 na 2021 ya sa to aso e sa project we no ye giri se by December ending na mo wie first phase na ye enta 2021 ni ato second phase so na minti ye be win eduma pa ye no e da ope phase se Ghana for e be to abana man